Good morning, everyone. And here we are at another one of our Sweet Life Reminders. So, it's early in the morning. We like to do these early in the morning. Javi, we have our guest today.
Yes.
Remember, we do everything real estate. We talk everything real estate, community, beginnings, entrepreneurship. So today we have Javier Rodriguez with Redline Construction. How are you today, Javi?
I'm doing great, guys. Thank you for having me here. It's early in the morning, but we're good.
Hey, going back to that topic, Javi. Oh, Jason Arrea here, Dolce Vita Realty. And then we have,
Olga Arriaga, Dulce Vida Realty.
since you mentioned something that caught my attention, early in the morning, what do you drink, take to wake up? And the reason I ask is because when we started doing these podcasts, we did not know the time frame when we were going to do them. We came to the realization that early in the morning was going to be the best time for us, because that's when we could do something without getting phone calls and such. What do you take to wake up in the morning?
What do you take? What do you do? What's your morning routine like?
Whoa,
No,
whoa, that's too much. Just simple
Just,
questions.
simple.
just keep them simple. Okay, sorry, guys.
My trick is water. That's what I drink every day. Every,
In the morning to wake up,
every day. That's all I drink.
that wakes you up.
Wakes me up. I wake up. I don't know. I wake up at 5 and I feel good. And I just keep going. That's why I start my day. But I don't need to drink water. I don't believe in teas. Not that I don't believe in them. I just don't like the way they make me feel.
You've
So
you've just offended my cup.
I'm just a no man.
Water.
Caffeine free.
Caffeine free.
Old men drink coffee though,
All they do. I'm sorry.
so you're not an old man.
You're a little.
Yeah,
I'm
there you go.
drinking tea,
No,
bro.
he's an older man because he drinks teas. He doesn't drink coffee. So he's an
No,
older
and
man.
I'm
He's ready to go to sleep.
now you brought that subject up because I was talking to Juan about waking up in the mornings or early mornings. And the reason is I would like waking up early. You get up, it just feels everything looks fresher. You go outside, it feels like the air's not. Maybe it's just me, but I'm sure the air's just as polluted as during the day. But it just doesn't feel as polluted. Everything feels clean. The phone's not going off the hook. You just relax. You get to focus what you're doing, and that's how you get my day started.
Yeah, and it's true. I do hear a lot of people, and it's something that we've been trying to get into practice to a certain extent. But 5 a.m. waker uppers. I don't know if that's even a word, but you wake up at 5. 5 in the morning is when they start their day. But typically, the most productive time of the day in the office is 8 to 10. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is your most productive time of the day. Anything after that pretty much goes your day. So, but that's cool. That's awesome. You wake up early. And so that's why we wanted to do this early in the
Water.
morning.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Water. You start hydrating early. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's cool.
So, how was your weekend, guys?
Javi, you want to go first?
How about those Cowboys?
I'm glad you brought it up, Javi. Man, you're full of good topics. We need to bring you here more often.
Oh my God,
So-
you got your cowboy partner now.
Yeah, Javi, everybody we've had in the show does not watch or see or know about football, so it's been a little tough for me.
Everybody,
football.
it's our second episode.
But,
Right.
Everybody.
I
Third.
mean, both Javi and I are Cowboys fans. So, Javi, what do you think about the controversial call towards the end of the game where the Lions got denied the 2-point conversion?
Look, guys, a win's a win. We won. I don't see it. It's like,
That's all that matters.
it's all that matters. I'm sorry. But I can't agree with the Lions. I think it was a wrong call. But you know what? How many bad calls have we had? It's just part of the game, I think.
None. We're the Cowboys. Nobody calls anything against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So let me ask you all this, you cowboy. So can they take that back? Like, can anybody come in the what is it called, an association or what
No,
do you say,
it
NFL?
could be while the game is going on. The game could be paused and be reviewed by the refs and other, I guess, ref organization that they oversee the game, whatever, from New York or something, but not after the game.
I think now they might change that rule, right? Like, they're with the last 2 minutes they can't review it. They probably gonna end up
No, they
changing it.
could. I think they could review.
After they
it.
could, and after the last 2 minutes you couldn't.
Okay, I don't
Maybe I'm
know.
wrong.
I
Maybe I'm wrong.
left my rule book at home.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
But no, since you're asking me, uh, Javi, no, I think the Lions tried to do a trick play before the trick play, and they tricked the ref, and he just got confused.
Is that
Yeah.
how you see it? Like, you kind of analyze the
Totally.
situation there?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
and this okay, they got the first time, they got the flag. The second time they gotta tight it.
They had obviously 3 chances to
3
tie
chances.
it.
They could have tied.
Yeah.
Those are
But I'm with you. A win's a win. We'll take it. Controversial call will be discussed from now to next year, probably.
So, do they still have a chance at the
Super
Super
Bowl?
Bowl?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we're going to the Super
you're
Bowl.
going.
At the World Series. Yeah.
I was like, "What? Are we still doing that?"
So bad.
Yeah, that's me. So that was the guys' weekend. So our weekend was pretty cool. Family time. We're moviegoers, or at least our kids are, and they kind of keep us there. At least our little one. He's up until maybe a couple of years ago, we were still sitting through Disney movies at the theater, but now he's just more into the whole what
Yeah.
Aquaman 2 was out this
That's true.
past weekend.
You're right about Disney. I'm so done with Lion King. I told my kids, guys,
Never again.
never again Lion King. Whenever y'all have kids, you're gonna go see Lion King. Just leave me at
So
home.
you're done.
Do not
Done.
invite me.
You're
No
done.
movies. No.
Like,
We've seen I don't know how many drama shows. We went to the San Antonio what is Broad Majestic Theater to go see it there. It was nice though.
Yeah.
But,
That
but
was
you know,
nice.
we have a really good a really good drama theater department down here with our high schools. Not because I went there and we're PSJ North
oh,
graduates
here we
from
go.
far.
Here
Shout
we
out to
go.
PSJ North, but their theater department is awesome. It was created, and I think the legacy. And I'm not being sponsored, no, but Mr. Gilbert Cepeda, which they named the theater after, and they have really good shows. I don't know if you've ever
Really?
had a chance to take
Never.
the kids. You need to. I
Really?
mean, we were in it when we were in high school. I didn't never really acted. I did more of the technical theater part of it, but the shows were amazing. My sister was. We've taken our kids from. They have children's shows every year. So
Really?
this year they had Moana Junior. It was good. We took them. So we like to support them. PSG North Theater Department. They do amazing. So
Wow.
we had seen a couple of the Lion King shows there, and then we went to the Majestic Theater in San Antonio. And believe it or not, of course, they're professionals, I guess, to a certain extent, but they're pretty like toe to
They're
toe.
up there. Really?
Yeah. So
Wow. I
we'll
didn't
have
even.
to we'll have to tell you next time so we can take the
Yes.
family
And
out
that's
there.
every once a year they do this?
Once a year, they have about 3 productions. I want to say their one act play, probably their fall show, and
The kids'
children
production is kind of their
children's show. Yeah.
biggest ones
Is
right
Yeah.
now.
that the only school that's doing that? Because I never.
No, I think other schools are.
I think other high schools are doing it, but they are really talented out there. And the theater or the drama director back then, and he just recently retired a couple of years ago. Now his daughter took over, so
Right.
she's kind of shout out to Jackie Cepeda if you're watching or you watch. But they're doing amazing, so we like to support them. And so, guys, if you haven't heard of the PSJ North, I'm sure, like I said, a lot of other high schools do them, but they're awesome. So,
Wow.
but anyway, so we went. We caught Aquaman 2. My son is like a big fan.
How was
Um, it was
it?
really nice.
Good
As a matter of fact, we saw somebody in the theater, but we'll tell you
Yeah.
later.
We saw your kids in
We
the
saw your
theater.
kids
Really?
there.
And
Yeah.
it was so funny. We went to the same theater. We went to the same
Same
showing,
time.
and we sat in the same row.
Yeah, they were like right next to us.
Really?
Yeah.
It was fun.
Wow. Yeah, Jared did tell me that he saw you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
So yeah, so we were gonna go initially. So we've been taking. Well, we haven't been taking. We used to take our kids to the drive-in theater. Have you been to
Yes.
Westmer out there?
Westmer. Yes.
Mercedes, right?
Mercedes, Westlaco Mercedes area. So when they were younger, we hadn't been in since pandemic, probably since for a while. So we went a couple of weeks ago. We were supposed to go back, Aquaman, and it didn't work out. But we went to the movie theater. But Westmer is awesome. I mean, we hadn't been out there. I know that I think they're under new management right now, right, Jay?
Yeah, I think that's going on this week, as
Like
a matter of fact.
this week. So we're kind of, interested to see how that works out. It's been around since 1950. I don't know if you knew
If
that.
I'm not mistaken, that's the only drive-in.
The Valley.
Right.
Only in Texas.
No, I don't think in
South of New
Texas.
Braunfels. South of New
Yeah.
Braunfels. It's the only one in South
Yeah, wow.
Texas. It's been around. I think the current ownership has ran it for about 22 years now. Of course, pandemic kind of, but they're still here. But I've heard talk just recently. We heard that we might be getting one in McAllen. So
Really?
they're in the talks. So we'll keep you all posted on that
Oh,
one.
wow.
So that's going to be fun, right?
It should be
Different,
cool.
different, something different.
Yeah.
So going back to Javi, since you're here and the reason why we're here. So Javi, first of all, question.
Question for Javi. Redline Construction. How did you come up with the name?
Um, Actually, I wanted blue line, but it was
Really?
taken. Like
Interesting.
Wow.
blue line because there's a you ever shock line?
Okay, yeah, yeah,
It's either
yeah.
blue or red. So blue was taken. I got the red line. So that's where it comes out from
Oh,
construction.
Oh,
The
cool. Like
red
the
line.
red line boom
Something simple, not
powder
right
to
powder. It was nothing
wow.
big. It's just it's part of the construction, and only a
yeah.
contractor or construction people kind of understand sees that red line.
You know
That's where it comes
what?
from.
That is super interesting
Like,
because I come from a, my dad did construction stuff and I would see that all the time. And as kids, you're kind of, and I remember the old school and you have the little lever and I don't know how they look like now, but
they still look the same.
metal kind of,
Right.
and I would go and play with it and like, make a mess, right? But so that's where it comes from.
You know what's
That's
crazy?
super,
We brought that up. It's we used to go. Me and my brother Leroy. We used to go out there to the canals. Use that as a fishing rod. Hook on it. Throw it out there, and believe it or not, we'll catch some reds. Not
but
reds, a catfish.
re-
Canals. Yeah, that was a rip.
and then the
Yeah,
whole powder is
that,
just,
that, that,
And
that's,
the line wouldn't pop.
oh, that would have popped.
Wow.
I mean, my dad couldn't use it no more after like it was all ruined already because the water and everything. But where you for the PSA
that's
something,
true because it's a real. Well, that's interesting, Javi. That's
something.
super
Oh, that's
awesome.
pretty cool. I have no construction background, but I do remember that little device, and I do remember we're
The
just making the line from
And then
there.
Right.
there goes the
That's how you
powder.
cut.
But how
Yeah.
weird! I never knew that's where you got the name from.
Yeah,
The red
super
line.
interesting. So then, y- going back to that, and it kind of kicked me out. So, talk to me about what got you started in construction. Besides, I mean, what? Because I know, and let me kind of give you all a little quick background on how we met Javi. So, Javi, and you still have this business going. You have your science business, Nation Science, here in McAllen, guys. If anybody needs any signs, here's Javi. So I know that's how we got to know you, and then you got into construction. Right,
And
so
actually, I've been in construction all my life with my dad growing up. I
mhm,
was 15, 16. I used to work with my dad. And I always did it. I'll always do a little remodel here and there. But I wasn't pushing it. It was more kind of like low key till the past 5, 6 years when I started, you know what, let me go back and hit it hard. I think that with the pandemic,
that helped.
like, you know what, let me go ahead and go back to what I know, which is remodels, a lot of remodels. And we tried it up a little bit and it just took off. And it took off from there.
Yeah.
And so now
Now you're building.
we're
You went from
building
remodel to
to
building.
homes and now we're doing apartments and we're a little bit
Yeah, multifamily. So tell me a little
multi-families.
bit more about that. And that's interesting because of course, like you said, during the pandemic, we get a lot of construction, a lot of investors. We have a
Right.
lot of investors from out of town, obviously coming down here because our prices are a little more affordable than California and
Yeah.
anything upstate. So tell us a little bit about that. I mean, have you had a chance? I know you're doing multifamily, Arlington, lower RGV
Yeah.
up
We're just
here.
finishing
What?
in Harlingen. Just finished in Mission 2, some, duplexes in Mission. We're
Nice.
about to finish the duplexes in Harlingen 2 as well. We're about to start some new ones. But no, they're the ones that they're taking off. We got multifamily units everywhere coming up right
Everywhere. We talked about that the other day and it's really, I mean, it's a market for it. There's a market. Everything, obviously an investor has to go through that. Their numbers, their demographics, their need
Yeah.
before anything.
How about you personally, Javi? Being a builder, have you seen any investors, or do you see any investors coming down from up north to build here, or using you to build here in the valley?
now. No, we do have some people from Houston, California, from other states, New York, also investing in here in the valley, which is amazing. You
Yeah.
know how I guess it's nice to know that the valley we have something here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and once again, going back to affordability, because I mean, you hear people in California, and they can sell a studio apartment, little efficiency for 600, maybe $700,000 now. Plus, you sell that over there, you come back down here, you can afford a nice size home and have some money left over. So I can
It's
imagine
all true.
investment there to here. So that's what's kind of drawing these investors
Yeah.
down here
And it's
too.
good to know, even hearing from yourself, a construction company here, because there's a lot of people looking into the valley, how y'all are saying that the valley is a very good place for people to come and invest. So even people from the valley that want to start that, all you need to do is probably get a real good real estate company to help you out to see where to start. Get a
Dolce Vita Realty,
totally Dolce Vita Realty.
For sure.
Get another construction company and a lender.
Redline Construction.
Redline Construction. Yes, that is true. And get a lender and get that team going, and they could start. And which they are already part of an area where people are trying to look into. So it's
And
very beneficial.
we can guide everybody through that. The lending process, we have lenders that obviously specialize in construction, new construction loans, multifamily. But going back to you, and I know that you're doing a lot of residential too,
Yes.
new homes, and they're beautiful, very custom made. So, one thing, tell us about, you know, what's your experience with your clients when it comes to residential construction? What do you offer? What do you do that kind of helps them out?
Well, one thing we do, we try to focus on, of course, it's the customer. We exactly what they want. But we end up being basically when we build our homes, they start a spec, and halfway there, customer ends up buying the home, and so we change, we modify a little bit for the customer. But the communication is the key of everything, right? We all learn this from our meetings, from the work. It's a communication, or our wives, our family. It's a communication. Same thing. We works the same way with customers. We try to focus in communications there every day. And, I'm a contractor. Everybody that I built homes for, they know me that I'm there every day on the job site. I'm there every day, almost every day. I micromanage everything. I'm there on top of my guys. End of the day, it's my name out there. End of the day, it's the Redline construction named out there. So I try to focus. I'm always in there, you know. So that's the
Well,
difference between me and a lot of the people I'm involved. And I'm dirty. I'm there working with the guys, trying to be involved with all everything that we do there.
so that's good communication. So what strategies do you use to maintain that open communication effective with your clients? Well, I'm sure it's not just with the clients, but with your contractors too, right?
Yeah, it's
All
all about
workers.
The
right. And
workers.
talking about workers, it's building a team. You know, when you have the right team out there, things go good. But it's that's what the hard part is, building that team,
Finding that team, I
finding
take
that
it.
team.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in trying to be anybody, but I don't believe in weekend contractors or they only do once a year contractor because you can't find a team like that way. Nobody's gonna take you, no sheetrock guy, no drywall guy, no electrical company's gonna take you very serious. They'll do the job just to get by. Oh, as contractors, we don't want somebody just to get by. We want to make sure that something goes wrong. You know what? He's gonna be there for because he doesn't want to ruin that relationship with the contractor. So that's one thing we focus is building the team. Building a team. I surround myself with good people. I'm with you guys here. You know, we work together. You guys sell my houses. You look for some flip homes together.
Correct.
It's about being having that team. Once you have that team, that's what makes you strong.
Yeah, and you want to have those right people on your quality,
Sure.
right? More than anything,
Exactly.
you get to know what their work looks like, and you know what, you continue, and that's
Right.
well, that's really good. That's awesome. And then coming along with that as well, when it comes to the buyer side, what are some of the things or key factors that homeowners should consider when selecting a contractor? And I guess you touched base on that, right? That communication, that quality, because I see a lot of contractors out there. I mean, obviously, the state of Texas, you don't have to be licensed as long as you're insured and bonded, and but um, they get talked into it's a first time home buyer. They go get a new construction loan and then go get a contractor and they're out there. And think something that I see is a lot of the contractors, they don't have the capital for it. You have to start using your new construction loan for it. And next thing you know, they're building and they're having to start paying their note. So I know with you, and we've done it in the past, you built those homes. I mean, yeah, you asked for a minimal down payment, maybe if they own the property or something like that. But I think for the most part, a lot of the closings that we've done with you, it's a one-time closing.
Right.
You take care of building that home the way they want it, and then we just close it one time. Obviously, we're gonna make sure they're approved, right?
Right.
But they don't have to go through the two-time closing where it's like a pre-construction loan and then the
Yes,
final loan.
exactly. We built with our money, so there's no construction loan needed. And that helps the customer because if they go get a construction loan, if the builder takes 4 months or 8 months, they have to pay interest every month on that. You know, with us, we do with our money, so they don't have to worry about that. It's just a one-time closing. We buy the lots and we build the home. So they don't have to go through 2 closing, 2 different closings.
And that is amazing, guys, because not everybody offers that. That's a really plus to have this on your site. And once again, you start with a semi-spec home, but it can get as custom as they can afford or they like, right? So what are some of the materials trending right now? What do you see in more of the new construction residential homes?
The kitchens right now, everybody's going with, all the new constructions are going with quartz. They're not pushing so much the granite like they used to before now. No, it's more quartz.
A question to that. Even though the topic is very good and we're going to continue on this, quartz and marble, is there a difference on what's easier to maintain as a homeowner?
They both Qu Quartz, you don't have to seal it. Marble, you do. Put a little sealer on it, it helps. But the difference on it too, it's not maintain is about the same thing. It's
Okay.
more the quartz you have so much varieties.
Okay.
They're made.
Okay.
So now you could actually get them all different colors. I mean, anything. I need designs on it.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it amazing. That's what makes it fit more of the houses. Back then, it was just only like 10 different ones, and that was it.
Okay.
That's all you makes it
Color-wise and style.
color-wise, right?
So that's why you say now quartz is coming in where it's kind of the newest
The
trend.
newest trend.
When back in days it was marble. Was it
Well,
what more selection of marble in
It
the
was
past?
more granite,
more
yeah.
granite. It was
Granite,
more
sorry.
granite.
Okay.
So what I hear, and I think that's from experience, because I think we've got marble. It's very high maintenance.
Marble or quartz? I don't know, but
Or
it is
Too
high
too high
maintenance.
maintenance,
We can't put a cup of coffee, hot coffee, and
that's why
then
you need to put
it stains
sealer.
it.
the
I was talking about
sealer,
the
Yeah.
sealer
yeah.
on it. You
And
gotta
of
put
course,
it.
we bought our home already constructed and kind of made, and I mean, it was nice. They had just redone it, but I still miss my granite. Granite will always be like hardcore, just you don't have to take care of it. You can put a
Just leave it
pan on
alone.
there and it's just nothing will happen to it.
It's a
So
rock, basically.
it's a rock. So until I have the kitchen and vanities and because it's throughout the house that we have now, I haven't missed granite so much. So, every now and then I'm like, maybe I just want to go back to granite. But that's good to know though. It's new styles. It's a lot of new selection and more that
But
they can
keep on going. I know I
sorry, I
cut
cut you
you
off.
off, but you were saying besides that, as far as materials.
Or the trends
The
right
trends.
now.
Right.
Is it because I'm seeing a lot of, and I don't know if it's phasing out. Of course, we're in 2024, guys. By the way, this is
Right.
our
All
first
right.
podcast of
Oh, sure.
2024. Just throwing it out there. But
Hey,
I know trends always, happen and pass and stuff. But
how about exterior? Exterior materials.
is it like
What are you seeing more? I know people sometimes tend to go with
like
what's
the
more cost effective, right?
Right.
But when a buyer has a choice, what do you see people here in the valley buying more or choosing more as their exterior?
is
Like,
it
it's more the stucco that they use it a lot. The stucco. Of course, the brick's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more pricier. So that's why a lot of builders use a lot of the stucco part on it. But in the stucco, we don't use the foam. We use the hardy board on it, the cement board
Okay.
on it. So basically when you go look at one of my houses, man, there's not soft, they're basically solid cement.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I put the stucco on. It's a little bit different there. The price is a little bit more, but we try to throw those in there in every home because the quality's a lot better.
Okay.
and spray foam insulation,
We
all
do the
that
spray foam insulation through the house. We also do with the garage doors. They're insulated
insulated.
garage doors as well too. Those are the extra things that we do that it's gonna help the house as your insulation, your insulated doors, all the your concrete stucco on the outside. So all those things add up. All
Yeah,
those things that make your house more secure, more
efficient,
efficient for their
right?
heating and cooling.
Eco-friendly and all that. So style wise, and I'm going back to the style. I know this is construction and it's awesome, but because I'm a girl and that us we see, we see the look before we see the built of it. But that's good though. Style. Is it the whole farmhouse, modern farmhouse? Is it or you see a little bit of everything or
Right. We push everything back. The one I've been hitting a lot was the farmhouses. We've been pushing
modern
that a lot.
farmhouse?
I'm pushing this what they're requesting a lot. And that's what I've been doing the
Those are
past
the trends right now,
trends right now,
right?
the
The
farmhouse.
exposed wood,
Yes.
the exposed beams and
Open concept,
The open
correct?
concept on it,
Yeah.
of course, and your high ceilings, 12, 15-foot ceilings, high ceilings, your outside, your wood beams, and outside your cedar boards, that's your farm.
Yeah.
don't know that.
Yeah, looks good. I've seen them. They always look real nice. Sorry about that. Yeah, they always look real nice. And
They can get
the wood
custom.
also makes it look very, I don't know, farmhouse like.
No,
So
no, in the design, I'm sorry.
no, no, go ahead. Design.
On the design, of course, I mean, look at the way I dress. Designer myself, but we usually do have a designer that helps us design the houses, puts that together because with color wise, I had no idea. I thought it was gray, white was white, but no. Once I started building some designers, are telling me like so many whites there is out there. There's 10 to 15 different whites, and that's the designer comes in, and that's what the houses also make. They make me look good too as well because the design of it, background of that designer.
Now, going along with that, something that jumps out as you say, all these different shades of different colors. Do you have any time where you and your designer see a color different? Because you know how sometimes, depending on a certain shade, people will say, "Oh, that's gray," and you're like, "No, that's not gray. That's like green gray or
He's
something."
talking about the dress on social no, I'm just kidding. There's
Yes.
that dress, remember, that would go how do you
Yes.
see it? Well, beige and white. No, I see it black and blue, but I'm just kidding,
You
but
know what? And that's actually
Similar.
that it's very yeah, no, you're right. And we go through that a lot actually. We our white, or let's say our alabaster white. That's my water.
I need to wake up.
You know, wake up. There you go. What happened to your tea?
finished.
It's empty.
Uh, going back to yeah, like alabaster white, you might put it in the wall, and why does it look brown, tan?
Because
You
once
know,
it's up there, you can do a little swatch or
exactly.
whatever they call it, and it looks something, but once you put it on the wall and it's the majority of
And
it,
a lot has to do is your lighting, the lighting on it, the lighting on it. So if you're using daylight, or if you're using other lights, you know, it
right,
changes a lot
or
in
the
that.
soft white or
So
the
exactly. So those
bright
are the things
white.
you have to make sure that your lighting is the right lighting for this color on it.
Nice, that's
But yeah, we bump
interesting.
into that thing all the time. And especially it is me more like, you know what, I see that I didn't ask for that color. And then we go outside the sun, like, oh, that is a it's just my lighting, change up my lighting a little bit.
Ah, interesting. So what advice would you give, like, brand new homeowner or buyers, right, that are looking to build their dream home? Where and I mean, obviously, we advise them where to start first. Is go to your lender, right? Let's see where they're at. Maybe
Right.
they're but what is another thing that you would advise them to do? Like, what's the first step in when they come to you?
But they come when when they come to me or they're looking for a contractor, somebody build, I always tell them do their homework on it. Make sure check the reviews, go through the Better Business Bureau, you know, on it. They're licensed, they're insured on it. That contract. What homes have they done the past year? Can you call those customers? Reason why, because anybody can build you the home. And once it's paid off and washed up, nothing goes wrong. Builder there for you. That contract there for you to go back and fix that little issue. They say the AC started breaking, the water. So then is that builder there for you? You know, so those are the questions I always tell my clients, do your homework on it. It's like buying a car. And I told my wife, you know, like buying Toyotas because I always feel like the service behind it, Toyotas are amazing.
Customer service.
And other places that you go on there, I'm just, man, they don't treat me the same. They don't treat me like when they were selling me that car.
Yeah,
You
it's like
know,
they're selling. Vámonos.
exactly. You know, so that's why I always tell my client, do your homework on it, check your background on the builder, and before you make a decision who to go with.
Reputable builder. Now, I'm glad you touched the. Do you all offer warranties, like builder's warranties?
We do offer warranty. It's a 210 warranty,
Okay.
2 years on the roof, and I mean 10 years on the roof and 2 years on your home.
Well, that's a lot of good insight, Javi. We appreciate you being here, visiting us this morning, waking up early. Well, you wake up early anyway, but joining us here this morning and kind of giving us a little insight about the construction world. So, anybody out there looking for construction or even to interview, a construction company, Redline Construction. So, where can they reach you?
You can call me directly to 956-867-7775. You always reach me. My phone's always available.
Javier Rodriguez, Redline Construction. Well, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, guys, thank you for having me.
Yeah, very good information. I liked it.
Go Cowboys.
There you
We'll
go.
see how far we go
I
on it.
know.
Yeah.
That's
At
like,
least make it up there, right? To Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be nice if we
it'll
won,
be
but
it'll be a playoff, but I don't know about the Super Bowl.
I
yeah,
know, right?
Those are high hopes.
you know. Well, thank you for joining us. Another one of our Sweet Life reminders, and have a wonderful rest of your week.